And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Keller C1. Keller, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Keller says, Grand Rising SouFLo and the Morning Thoughts family, MTF. Like a phoenix, we rise. Ms. Goldie Robinson, shout out and thank you for being here. Up, up, up. Darlene Walter Riley, straight up. Thank you for being here this morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Manners and respect, and shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to you. Let me say this first before we get started. We might have some complications with the system. I realize now that it is my computer and not the internet line. So with that said, let's work with this old computer, and I'm going to go get a new one a little later on today. All right, people. Did I say shout out to my retirees, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my entrepreneurs? Don't let nobody make you feel ashamed of what you do for a living. Some people have to sweep the streets while others go to cushy offices with a nice ocean view and all these other things. You're all necessary, from the garbage man all the way up to the corporate entities. You are all necessary in our society. Not only are you all necessary, but you're working and you're earning honest bread. So don't let anybody make you feel bad about what you do for a living. Somebody says, SouFLo, you never shout out the garbage man them and a garbage truck my work pan, and them thing there. Listen up, I don't care what you do for a living. I have respect for you as long as you are a working person and you're not out here robbing, stealing, and killing and doing all the evils trying to get $1 in. All right, so big up, manners and respect to you, and we're out here this morning. It's money-making Monday morning is what I call it. We used to call it Manic Mondays because you know how it go already. When Monday morning come, the weekend is over and it's like, oh my God, okay, Monday again, we have to go. I got to be at work at this time. I got to drop the kids here. I have to do that. Everything is manicky, right? We're not going to look at it like that. We're going to take the positive from it, and it's money-making Monday. It's another Monday for you to get up, get out, and get you something. Again, I don't care if you're sweeping floors. I don't care if you're picking up garbage outside. I don't care if you're cleaning windows. I don't care if you're in a corporate entity somewhere, suit and tie and attaché briefcase and all these things. You are respected by me. Hardworking people is what we're all about. Productivity and progress is what we're all about. And that's where I try to promote, right? So here we are this morning. Buju Banton has spoken again. I want to know, so when Buju speak, I think Buju understands by now because he was away for a whole decade. And when he came back, social media isn't what he left it. So I think he understands by now that if he takes to social media and he says certain things on social media, then those things are going to go to a broader audience. I think he knows that now. He's been pretty quiet on social media recently. And we were wondering where Buju was. Well, no need to wonder. Here's Buju Banton. I want you to listen to what Buju Banton said, and then I want you to chime in the comment section below. Some of you might have seen it already, but you haven't discussed it yet. All right? And here we go. Let me see.
And good morning to the world. All the while I'm telling you, say, today for me, tomorrow for them, and laugh. So everyone I'm see, I post out there and I go like say, when I ridicule and forget Jamaica when I talk about phone and I talk about the other or they can't talk for themselves because I know fun lock up behind closed door because I'm so rich and some have so much nice friends. When I know when I feel inside, but I can't say because I don't want to offend anybody. We don't have to offend anybody, try to tell it to you like it is. Wages after disaster, Risk Management Act, 10,000 and 30 days in prison. The government of Jamaica only go to 10,000 one time. And himself on a breach of disaster management act, I'm going to fine for $10,000 or 30 days in prison. That is oppression and tyranny. Resisting arrest, 2,010 days in prison. Oppression and tyranny. I don't think the law enforcement of Jamaica, Jamaican Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning to the world.
That's not the full video. Somebody sent me a full video. Here's the full video.
Good morning, Jamaica. And good morning to the world. All the while I'm telling you, say, today for me, tomorrow for you, and laugh. For everyone, I'm say, I post out there and I go like say, when I ridicule and figure Jamaica when I talk about phone and I talk about the other or they can't talk for themselves because I know fun lock up behind closed door because I'm so rich and someone have so much nice friends. But I know when I feel inside, but I can't say because I don't want to offend anybody. We don't have to offend anybody, we can't tell it like it is. We just have the disaster. Risk Management Act, 10,000 and 30 days in prison. The government of Jamaica only going to 10,000 one time. And himself on a breach of disaster management act, him are going to fine for $10,000 or 30 days in prison. That is oppression and tyranny. Resisting arrest, 2,010 days in prison. Oppression and tyranny. I don't think the law enforcement of Jamaica, Jamaican people friend. On our citizen, on our own brother, on our own uncle, on our own father, and we take this job to protect and serve Jamaica, but we not protect and serve politician and political interests. Right? When since we cannot speak out against the way we feel without risk of you pressuring me. Now, the Jamaican Constitution does not allow the government of Jamaica to use the office of the Prime Minister or any other office to oppress and pressure any citizen. Any citizen at all. You Jamaicans better wake up before them come kick off and do a 1-1 and do like what you see them do all over the place. Let me continue. So what can I hear? Indecent language. 1,010 days in prison. And them come again and say additional fine of 10,010 days in prison. For a sergeant police officer. But we notice a trend. We notice everybody who come out in a Jamaican friend the way them feel. Either the Jamaican populace come down upon them like we're supposed to be sheep. We're supposed to say the Prime Minister, everybody's supposed to yam shit. We're supposed to go there and land up and eat it. Hold on, people. Hold on. Put on your thinking caps. And all the way are fooling. Not because they go you where you go to some place make you smarter than we know. No guy can't tell you how to live. I'm not coming on a bag of bullshit like we say well we are fool. Remember, are we vote to the end? We're supposed to run the country for we. Don't go like you don't want to switch it on me. Can't be switch it on Jamaican people, let me know. And not the people them thinking that they work for politicians. No! Politicians work for the country as fiduciaries of this great corporation to ensure that they do the job of the office that they are elected to do. Do not use the office of the Prime Minister or the office of whichever politician it is to pressure the citizens. You are creating tyranny. You are tyrannical. I'm not thief too. Enough money I get and don't get Jamaican people. Not within the 10,000 can feed Jamaican people and lock up the whole island. Everybody lock down them house and nobody don't want to talk because them are not friend. Me don't want no friend and me don't want no family. I want to free the people. And make the people them live and stop this tyranny want to deal with. Wanna pushing Jamaica people to the brink. And nobody don't want to tell them because I'm afraid of them. Why? Because I have the death squad them around there. We're not afraid for them. They've been killing us. We don't murder we, we don't torture we, and we don't rob we. So I'm going to can do to it. No, no, like we don't try to extinct. It's crazy. Free the people them and I use some common sense. I mean, and stop me so damn reactive. Everybody just reactive. Why? I want to take a more shot and none of them not take a shot. I want to try fool boy. Here what I go on. We want to say, I want to take what I want to try to give my people and protect. Because when the people in Jamaica start dead, they can't tell them nothing, you know. They can't tell me nothing when Jamaica people start dead. Think about that.
Let me give my reaction.
All right. So that was Buju Banton. Buju Banton speaks. Judiciaries of this great corporation. I don't know if I don't. Judiciaries of this great corporation. So that's Buju Banton telling you right there that Jamaica is a corporation. Do you know what a corporation is? Do you know what a corporation is? Anyhow, deeper than that though. For those of y'all who don't understand what's going on, Jamaica is pretty much on lockdown. There's a lot of rebellious slaves on the plantation still. There's a lot of rebellion going on because not everybody is going along with this whole stay inside until we get this COVID thing under control thing. And I think Buju is speaking directly to our leaders from the top right on down. He might talk to Andrew Holness. He's talking to all the other cronies in that big house, in that big office. You know who run the place? Pen and paper run the place. He's talking to all of them. I'm one of them that always said that Buju speaks in parables, and he has a lot to say. And not everybody understands parables. So Buju, please come out and say exactly what it is that you are trying to say. He has. He has. All them big fines that Buju is talking about. Fines for this and fines for that and fines for all having to do with all having to do with COVID, all having to do with being on lockdown and you breaching any regulations that they have put in place for you to be on lockdown. Enough Jamaicans crying because them business mash up. Okay? And you're living, for those of you who are living in the States, there are a lot of relief. For instance, there's a stimulus check coming right now for another $1,400. There was one recently for, I believe it was $1,200. Then we had another one for, was it $600 or something like that? I don't know, but this is like the third stimulus check. For people on the island, there are no stimulus checks. I saw one article where they are actually paying the elderly to take the vaccine. In this speech that Buju just gave, he is speaking about the vaccine. He is also speaking about, if you didn't get that, he's speaking directly to the leaders. He is also speaking about the vaccine. That's why you hear him say, when Jamaican people start dead, no, take no shots around you. He didn't use the word vaccine. He said, no, take no shots around you. And I try to fool them, right? Which is what a lot of people have been saying is the leaders aren't taking the real shots. They're out here on TV masquerading, oh, stick me in my arm. I was the first one to get it. I'm leading the way by example. And Buju said, no, take no shots around here. So I guess he's a part of the crowd that says, that ain't the shot. They either taking a placebo, them are putting some saline fluid in them arm there, something, but it ain't the shot. So he's speaking about the vaccine, and he's saying when Jamaican people start dead, can't tell with nothing. Let me give you a big example of this big elephant in the room. There's a spray thing that you spray on grass, right? Roundup. Roundup made it. And Roundup was found to have, let me just say, this spray thing. It was created here in the US, and it was good for a while. You spray it on your grass, you spray it on your bushes, and it kills the weed. So you don't have to constantly pull up weed out the garden and all these things. Somebody thought it was a great idea to go commercial with it, and then it reached all the way into Jamaica because they were advertising it for and giving it out for free and trials and everything for other countries or third world countries. What they found out started happening was certain kinds of cancers started to multiply rapidly. It turns out that that same product was pulled from the shelves, a massive lawsuit went out, and that quiet commercial that comes on in the middle of the night. If you or any of your loved ones have used Roundup and has died from or is now suffering from Hodgkin's lymphoma, something leukemia, failed liver, something kidney, something, please call 1-800 something, them kind of number there. Those late night quiet commercials, one of those came out. All right. A lot of money got paid out. The problem is it happened to people in the Caribbean as well because they were using the same product. It killed their soil. Not only did it kill their soil, it never just killed the weeds as was advertised, it killed the soil. Some man who used to grow them, you go some places now and you ask them, okay, hope that grandpa want to the ackee tree. Boy, I mean, I know the ackee tree just dry up and dead. Them people come around here, come spray something, so they might kill out the weed them and fertilize in the earth and everything. See that the ackee tree dead, the ackee tree that's been there since I was a kid. Grandpa want to the coffee. No coffee no grow around here no more. No. We have to buy coffee from over so. how when we used to be coffee farmers, the sickness, the cancer went up. Cancer went up among Jamaican citizens. They didn't get no part of that compensation, and you're not eligible to file for any part of that compensation because you're in a foreign country. So when Buju says something like, no, a lot of people are saying, a madman, that man, Buju the music. I see people ridiculing him and saying stuff like, yeah, Buju Banton back on that cocaine again and stuff like that, you know? And that's the first thing he spoke about in the video. He said, I see someone ridiculing the ones who speak up when they're speaking up for you, actually, or they're speaking up for people who can't speak up for themselves. Addressing the vaccine. Remember, I told you that they went into court. They made it so that none of us can sue after we've taken it and we develop complications. Now, of course, a lot of people have called me so far or put it in the comment section and said, SouFlo, I already got my vaccine. I got my first one. I'm fine. You know, I had a little bit of upset stomach, maybe some nausea or a little headache for about 24 hours, and it went away and I'm fine. Some have said I'm onto my second dose. Then them come and them say, SouFlo, my vaccine rounds have been completed. I'm feeling good. I'm moving on with life. All right. You're taking the vaccine in the US. If they take it in Jamaica, it's the same thing. Nobody can sue these corporations for anything that happens. You feel good now. And remember, I'm not a part of the anti-vaccination thing because I myself have been vaccinated. My children have been vaccinated. People keep asking me, did you take the COVID vaccine yet? Are you taking it? Because I heard you say you have been vaccinated and your kids have been vaccinated. I'm not talking about the COVID vaccine when I say I have been vaccinated. I've been vaccinated. I was in the army for a decade. I've been vaccinated with all kinds of stuff I can't even name or what their purpose is or whatever. So I might see some long-term side effects from those down the road. But speaking of this COVID vaccine, it wasn't vetted. It was not vetted with time. So we don't know what 10 years down the road is going to bring for everybody who took it or for some people who took it. See? White USA says, SouFlo, me new here. Hello. Good morning, White USA, and thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here early in the morning. Welcome to Morning Thoughts with SouFLoTV and the SouFLoTV family. Must we now look at Buju Banton as just a musician? Because that's how we excuse it. We excuse it like this. Well, Buju is just another person, you know. I mean, he does great music, yes. He's legendary in music, yes. He's an icon, yes. However, he's just another man with his own opinion. And when he speaks for himself. No, he doesn't. He's not speaking for himself. He's risking right now. Right now, he is risking a lot just to speak the way he is speaking, just to say the things that he has said. Ain't nobody in no celebrity role that's really coming out and saying what he's saying. And you must understand that there's risk. There is a risk, or there are risks that go along with speaking out like this. So I don't think he's risking it all for us. I mean, for himself. I think he's really convicted in what he believes. I think there is some merit to what he is saying. When I say, oh, it's Buju Banton, so I believe every single thing will come out of my mouth. At that part, I will say he's human. But I think people like Buju is a bit on the inside more than we are. And they've been around for a while. And they've been hearing some things and them know some things where we don't know. See it? White USA says, SouFlo, you not send nothing to me. Rising Phoenix says he is tame compared to young Buju. I think he's more mature, for sure, and that comes along with age and experience, especially the experience that Buju has gone through. I don't think he's more tame. When you're young and you wild and you just wild with no purpose, wild, then that's different. When you're only singing in songs and you're not speaking about it, that's different. I think Buju reached the stage now where, and people usually reach that stage in life, it's human development. You know, when you're in your 20s, you might have some ideology, but you don't know how to bring it across properly. And you're convicted, you're wrong and strong. So even when you are wrong, you might go along with what you believe. Now, when you hit your 30s, or as Buju is, your 40s, and you're pushing up to the mid, to the 50, to the big 50, you start to think like this. I've lived long enough. I have things to say. I know how to say them now. And I have to stand up for what I believe in now. If I don't do it now, then when else am I going to do it? So I think that Buju is more mature now. I think he is more thoughtful about what it is he says to the public, as well as he should be. Because honestly speaking, and I've said this before, the people out there want you to speak up. Say something about this, say something about that. And they don't understand that when your table gets snatched away, I said the food on your table, you know, because there are entities that have the power to snatch away your whole table. Forget your food. Food gone with the table. You don't even have a table to put the food on if you get some more food. In other words, when that starts to happen to you for speaking out or standing up for those same people who did I say, speak out, man, say something about this. Them same people that will be the ones over there saying, Lord, him pop down here, or nothing on go on for him. Nobody no book him again. And when they stop playing your songs, nobody no play music again. Oh, Buju, yeah, man, like all-time thing back in the day. They write you off. And they join the crowd that celebrates your demise. When you're speaking out for the people and will come and tell about, say this, Buju, say that, speak up about this. So he's taking a risk, and a mighty risk. Because trust me, when bookings dry up, your bills still come. You still have children to feed. You still have a mortgage to pay if you have that. You still have all these kind of things that you have to maintain and people that depend on you. So I'm sure he thought about this heavily before he came out and said it. But when I go to Jamaica now, I just came back from Jamaica, as you know, and I'm rolling out the videos slowly. But when I went to Jamaica, one of the things that I noticed, so I'm out and about during the daytime, look around, drive around, see, the people are out. Business is taking place. But the early shutdown and then the lock-in at night and all this stuff is what is concerning people, because there's a large portion of people in Jamaica who depend on nighttime activities. Okay, and if you don't know it, Jamaica is known for that. Jamaica is that place where you party under the stars until daybreak, or just the ability to be out and to mingle. The man will sell the soup and the boiled corn them and roast corn and the jerk drum and all these things. They depend on nighttime or evening time activities that usually get festive after. And these people have been feeding their family entrepreneurship-like ways, because they don't work for anybody. A man make a jerk drum or invest in getting a proper jerk drum made, and him learn how to cook properly. And this is how he's been feeding his family for years. And you might see him with his little jerk drum and you might think, yeah, jerky, him probably live around there, so you don't want a little shock. And when you check it, the man drive a nice car. His wife drive a nice car. He's a family man. He has 3 children. 3 children that he sends to school, that he takes care of. Everybody in the family well taken care of. The bills are paid and everything. And that comes off of his jerk drum. So when you cut off and you say 8 o'clock, everybody must be in the house. Nothing can go on. And now everybody is, and people are going with it all the way to the grave. Because they're saying, well, if you can't sell it at nighttime, sell it at day then. Well, guess what? Everybody is out in the daytime with a jerk drum. And I literally saw it when I was in Jamaica. It wasn't no food strip. And the people that might try and make some money. And you have 5, 6 jerk man line up right next to each other. You don't even know who to choose. When before all this started, you know, I said, all right, Kenny have him jerk drum, Kenny hold a corner there, and Kenny run that up from morning till afternoon, and then Steve them come in with for them jerk drum from afternoon till evening, and we come out in at the night, and we cater to, you know, the tourists, them we drive around the place late at night, exploring Jamaica, the citizens that are out partying, even citizens who just want a late meal. Them drive down out of the hills, come get them thing off of the jerk drum, go back home, and I'm able to feed my family off of this. I don't have to rob nobody. And I've been doing this for years. Business crash. Business crash. And there's a lot of businesses that have crashed, and there is no relief for them. Now, taking into consideration the climate of the country, right? Violence, crime, people stress, people are reacting in different ways to this pressure, because it is pressure. It is pressure. In a place where opportunity is so limited already, and you carved a way out for yourself, and they took that way that you carved out for yourself. Yeah, you can say, hey, man, I gotta find a different way. I just gotta put my mind to it. That's you being positive, right? But the opportunities ain't that much. It's not that much. That's why thousands and thousands of citizens continue to leave every single year. Thousands continue to leave every single year for other countries. They end up becoming permanent residents or citizens of other countries. They go off to other countries to flourish there in other countries, own businesses, or work themselves into positions where they can earn handsomely and support their families. And don't worry, but it's not done in the island. So Buju, speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. And he's letting them know that they have power. He said, we voted for you. So I don't know why they're acting like them run the place. The people voted for you to do an agenda, the agenda that you ran on, and we need you to work with that, not to stay in office and then destroy us. The funny thing about the Buju Banton video just now, if you watch it, right, and listen to it, you will hear, I'm listening to the background. Buju is secured. Buju is secured. All I hear is cock crowing, chicken up, in the background. I hear birds singing. I hear dog a bark. And he is in some natural element. Well-constructed wood structure. You know, they say stay in wood and not concrete because it breathes better and it's better for your oxygen. And it's a smaller footprint on Mother Earth and all these other things. So he's in his element and he's secure financially. He's a wise businessman. And he had taken care of his business all these years, even while he was behind bars. So he's secured financially. He can actually be one of those that hide in his big house behind his big gate on his estate and not say a word and watch it all go down. And he's talking to those people. There are a lot of people that are doing that. And they either attack the people who speak out or they just stay quiet. They stay in their mansions or their big houses behind them big gate and their life is secured. None of this affects them, right? And he's letting us know that this is affecting the masses of the people, and somebody have to say something, and he's coming out to say something. Mr. Buju get called cokehead. I'm going to read through some of these comments in a minute. But right now, I see people calling him cokehead. He's back on the drugs again. Somebody needs to go take Buju phone. You know, all these things. It's funny how the man can sing a song and some people are like, yes, Buju is a prophet. Listen to what he's saying in the song. He's warning us, you know. He might tell you this and he might tell you that. And then when he comes and speaks out, the same people say, all right, I'm up on the court now, I chat too much. Buju have his own opinion. Me not listen to him. Me just listen to his music. I don't really listen to what him have to say. I just listen to his music. Ras Shepherd says, God is dog, the oppressors. People have all kind of things to say about God. God is, I've seen one that says, and there's a whole documentary on it, that says God is gold, oil, and drugs. Gold, oil, and drugs. And that's what God means. For you, God might mean some entity, some powerful, all-seeing being that's everywhere and all places at all times and all this. But for the elite, God is gold, oil, and drugs. People have their own opinions as to what means, but that's besides my discussion. I'm not here this morning to tell people who God is and explain or try to convince anybody anything about God. Uno and God business that. I have a personal relationship with the Almighty Creator, and that is my personal relationship. Me not discuss it with people because I don't want anybody trying to convince me otherwise. I've lived long enough where my life experiences have taught me that I am on the right path. So for me, every man have to come stand up and live him live. Every one of us is going to have to be accountable for us. You have to be accountable for you. So I don't care if my neighbor says God is the cow and every morning they're out there in the pasture bowing down and worshiping the cow. For them business that. If you go out there and bow and worship the cow, and then when you get up, things go good in your life and all these things and you are blessed and all this, then that works for you, right? I mean, I'm not here to tell nobody what God is and all that. I'm going off of a comment where somebody just says, God is dog. G-O-D is D-O-G. And the dog is the oppressors. Who is the dog? And I mean, I know what it is. I don't want to spell it out and somebody say, racism. SouFLo over there calling white people dog. I know what you're trying to say, but let me tell you something. Oppressors have no skin color, my friend. Oppressors have no race, no particular skin color, no particular race. Some of our biggest oppressors are in the skin we are in. Some of our biggest oppressors look just like we do. Them even can chat patois and switch it back to English when they're ready. And you feel so akin to them. And that's the politics. You know, see, one time Andrew Holness, when election time come around, what does he go to? He goes to a Vibes Cartel song. Him talk about him Clarks, walk off the cheese off of the boot heel. And then you hear the Clarks song playing, the famous song with Vibes Cartel, the Clarks song playing now with Popcorn. And that drawing people because they must say, yo, watch Bro God. Them even name him Bro God. And Bro God is a dancehall thing. It's Daddy One from, where am I call it? They're from Mobile from the 6. Daddy One are the one where make a song about Bro God. He's referring to his friends. Him have some friends where him called Bro God. And if anything happened to him, I got so mad, right? So he's talking about his close friends. And then they call Andrew Holness the Right Honorable Bro God. And them think they win election. So, and I'm not saying that Andrew is our oppressor. I'm just showing you how, when it's convenient, they jump in, right? Buju is a man. He said what he said. He might not be 100% on point, but that particular speech that he just gave, I'm still searching for the wrong in it. because I was asking the same questions, and I can't be a hypocrite. The other morning on Morning Thoughts, I said, Isaac Gaza, manners and respect family. Isaac's a big up Vibes Cartel, Gaza, UK, out there. Don't. Buju is speaking. He's saying what he's saying, but there's truth. There's truth. Sometime when him speak, me can look and say, you know what? I'm not gonna echo that sentiment because it sounds very anti something that's on, something that's on. Me not ready to take them risks there. See, another man's journey is not yours. So some people jump on the next man's journey, ride that wave, and end up crash and burn because it's not your journey. And you suffer some consequences that you weren't ready for. You see? So for whatever it is that's going on, for me Buju reach that place here, some people are saying, oh, in money I dry up SouFlo. He might feel the crunch to and can't go out and tour and all this. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. The world is huge for a person like Buju Banton. That's why you must understand. Over on the continent of Africa, they treat Buju like, may I look for the word because it's not king. It's something else. So Buju can fly out and left Jamaica. That song that he sang about who can afford to run will run, but what about those who can't? They will have to stay. Buju can afford to run. Buju could afford to run a long time ago. So when somebody can afford to run, but they stay in the fire with you, I think that that's a different kind of loyalty. See there, Hilly Duvalier, Buju a god in Africa. Man like Buju Banton and Sizzla and these people, they can run. They can afford to run. Them can take up the whole of them things and run. He can also afford to be silent. Buju don't need to speak on social media for his records to sell. And you see the music, how the music sells, his income always coming in. Because your music is now tracked, especially Buju. One time I was trying to do a video on Buju's latest project. And I used just a snippet just to show people what the project was about and closed it, and then we talked the rest of the video. I got a copyright infringement letter in my Gmail almost instantly. So Buju Banton is not one of the artists where, oh, he make music but him don't get paid for it and he doesn't know where his royalties goes and all that. The man can't afford to run. Him thing locked tight and solid. Nothing move with his business unless he gets his monies. May I tell you this? So his money is well put together. He can afford to run. I respect someone who could have run left me when fire catch me, but they stayed around to help throw water upon me and cool the fire. And then they showed me a way out so I didn't get burned again. I respect that. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe in what he's saying or not, he's putting his life on the line. He's putting his life on the line. He's putting his livelihood on the line. Jamaica, we are talking about, you know. Let me drag your memory a little bit since y'all forgot, right? Them say, SouFlo, don't promote no gun song. And you see all them gun artists here, them a mash up the place with their gun lyrics and all this. Well, hello, listen. Bob Marley, if you can find me one song where Bob Marley sing about girl for skin out and pum pum and how him have a ram it out, or how him gun them big and broad and Mara splash out on wall, or anything like that. If you can find me one of them Bob Marley, they'll give you every penny in my bank account. Bob never taught that at all. Bob Marley stood for love and unity, and he tried to uplift a people. He tried to uplift a country. Bob Marley get gunshot. Remember, Bob Marley get gunshot. Then came Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh never spoke about no guns up and all that. Listen to what Peter Tosh sang about. Legalize the herb. Herb is the healing of the nations. Peter Tosh talk about how you have to eat right. Your food should be a medicine and these things. That's what Peter Tosh spoke about. Peter Tosh get gunshot. We're talking about Jamaica. And I'm drawing on Bob Marley and Peter Tosh because they were prominent musicians who had a platform that somebody somewhere saw as dangerous. Why is it dangerous? Because we need those who are asleep to stay asleep. You have this platform, use it to sell some products. Make yourself more richer. Ignore our business. We need these people here to stay asleep. This is how our business goes. And you're caught in the middle. And like Peter Tosh did, like Bob Marley did, like Buju Banton is doing now, them are going to get the same ridicule. They were ridiculing Bob Marley when he was alive and speaking all the love and upliftment stuff he was speaking. I talk about his own people in that place here, his own country. Bob Marley was a dirty Rasta boy with 40 leg in him head and all kind of something. They classed them and called them all kinds of things. Ghetto dweller, you name it, they call him it. And then he died, and he was national hero. He was the greatest thing Jamaica has ever seen. That is our icon. That's Bob Marley. Put him on a t-shirt. Use him as the face of tourism. One love. Welcome to Jamaica. So just remember where he's at. So when I try to step out and enlighten some people, or he's trying to like nudge some of you to say, hey, hello, this a go on. When I talk up for yourself. All right, I'm going to try to talk up for you then. Them same people there will turn around on you though, Buju. Remember that. And I think Buju should know that by now too as well. But I think he's saying at this point in life, it's worth the risk. Dylan Williamson said, where him said, them 3-letter word people that shot Bob Marley, he was getting too powerful and they saw him as an enemy to the status quo. That's what Dylan said. Me never said it. Dylan said it. You notice I said them 3-letter word people there? I don't even say them people there. I told you all this before that you're monitored on social media, right? You're monitored on social media to the point where, listen to this. Because they can't monitor everybody, as in read every single conversation that you have. Let me show you how you're monitored. They cannot read every single conversation that everybody, but everything is stored in a database. Once you put it and send it out there, whether it's video or typing, or when you erase it, it's stored in a database already. What they're looking for, though, are keywords. And once one of them, see that? Who's that? Kayla C1. Thank you. Thank you, Kayla. What they're looking for, they have a list, a long list of keywords. And once one of those bing, sets their light off, they pull all your messages. And then they start scouring everything. All your social media activities. Okay, now let's go follow him over on Facebook. See what he's about here. Okay, he's carrying the same agenda. Okay, let's go follow him on Instagram. See what, now let's go follow him on Twitter. See what, okay, put all that together. Oh, this is his agenda. This is what he's pushing. This is what, I saw them read across with. Boom, Jen Jones, you just said it. Next thing you know, you're on the no-fly list. Or even worse, a bag of people start calling up your name and yeah, Ray. And next thing you know, you're assassinated. Or there are assassination attempts on your life. And of course, they know how to style that to make people believe it was something else. Yes, Buju Banton died in a drug deal gone wrong. White USA is saying SouFLo, please. SouFLo, please what? You see when Buju said them, when next thing them come kick off your door, he's talking about draconian laws that are in effect. Search without warrant, unwarranted searches that can be legalized. So them kick off any door, any which part them feel like it, based on suspicion or whatever it is they've put together on pen and paper. Caribbean Views TV says Buju went through that. That's what he knows. Let me tell you something. Some of the most educated brothers are not coming out of university. You go to university, you go study law. You're probably now highly educated in law. You went to university, you went to go study nursing. You're probably now highly educated and qualified in nursing. In prison, you have some well-read, very articulate brothers and sisters because the system sat them down. So they had to sit there and they've had the time. A prison, some of the most brightest minds are in. And it's, well, I don't know, I not really talk about Jamaica prison because I don't know what Jamaica prison structure is. But I know that within the prison system, some of the most brightest minds are coming out of prison, and some of the most brightest minds are in prison. Buju risking life. He's risking his life, but he's speaking out. And I'm one of them that said before, said, stop talking in parables and say something more. Me want to know what y'all talk about. Because he'll come out and he'll make vague mention of or reference to. And some of us could figure it out, but I want more people to understand what he's saying. I feel like his words was being wasted. But even he knows, sometimes you speak, you're not talking to everybody. You just need who the message hit to get it. And the message will find the right people. So I know everything you need for spell out. Sometimes spelling stuff out puts you in danger. Yes? But this time he spoke out. We're going to listen to Buju say it one more time and then we're going to move on to another topic. But I want you to really listen to what it is that he said. I don't want you to class the brother as no cokehead. I don't want you to try to make light and fun of. Because I'm telling you that people like Buju don't speak out just because. Because he has the means and the resources to stay quiet if he so chooses to. But him not stay quiet. He's speaking on behalf of those who cannot speak for themselves. That in itself is to be commended. Right? But listen what I'm saying again. Some of you who struggle with patois, I try to put as much English in there and I speak to you like this. Because I can't chat patois all morning, but I know that some people are lost. And I need more people to understand what is being said. Here we go.
All the while I'm telling you, say, today for me, tomorrow for no, and laugh. So everyone I see, I post out there and I go like say, now ridicule and figure Jamaica when I talk about phone and I talk about for all who they can't talk for themselves because I know fun lock up behind closed door because I'm so rich and some have so much nice friends. When I know when I feel inside, but I can't say because I don't want to offend anybody. We don't have to offend anybody, we can't tell it to you like it is. Bridges of the Disaster. Risk Management Act, 10,000 and 30 days in prison. The government of Jamaica only go to 10,000 one time. And himself on a breach of Disaster Management Act, he might go on fine for $10,000 or 30 days in prison. That is oppression and tyranny. Resisting arrest, 2,010 days in prison. Oppression and tyranny. I don't think the law enforcement of Jamaica, Jamaican people friend. we citizen, our own brother, our own uncle.
He's addressing law enforcement.
Take this job to protect and serve Jamaica, but not protect and serve politician and political interests. Right? When since we cannot speak out against the way we feel without risk of you pressuring we. Now, the Jamaican Constitution does not allow the government of Jamaica to use the office of the Prime Minister or any other office to oppress and pressure any citizen. Any citizen at all. You Jamaicans better wake up before them come kick off and do a 1-1 and do like what you see them and do all over the place. Let me continue. Now what can I hear that? Indecent language. 1,010 days in prison. And them come again and say additional fine of 10,000 or 10 days in prison. For a sergeant police officer. But we notice a trend. We notice everybody who come out in a Jamaican vent the way they feel. Either the Jamaican populace come down upon them like we're supposed to be sheep. We're supposed to say the Prime Minister, everybody supposed to yam shit. We're supposed to go out there and line up and eat it. Hold on, people. Hold on. Put on your thinking caps. And all the way are fooling. Not because you go you where you go to some place make you smarter than we, No guy can't tell you how to live. I'm not coming with no bag of bullshit. I'm going to say, well, we are fool. Remember, are we vote on the in? We're supposed to run the country for we. Don't go like you don't want to switch it on me. Can't no build switch it on Jamaican people, you know. And have the people them thinking that they work for politicians. No! Politicians work for the country. As fiduciaries of this great corporation to ensure that they do the job of the office that they are elected to do. Do not use the office of the Prime Minister or the office of whichever politician it is to pressure the citizens. You are creating tyranny. You are tyrannical. I'm not a thief too. Because no get them along with Jamaican people. No, you think the 10,000 can feed Jamaican people and lock up the whole island. Everybody lock them in the house and nobody don't want to talk because them are not friend. Me don't want no friend, I don't want no family. I want to free the people. I make the people that live and stop this tyranny want to deal with. Only pushing Jamaica people to the brink. And nobody don't want to tell them because I'm afraid of them. Why? Because I don't have the death squad them around there. We're not afraid for them. They've been killing us. On the murder with, on the torture with, on the robbery. So I'm going to can do to it. No, like we don't want to try and extinct. It's crazy. Free the people and them and I use some common sense. I mean, and stop being so damn reactive. Everybody just reactive. Why? I want to tell you more shot and none not take my shot. I want to try fool boy. Here we go on. We want to say, take what try to give my people and protect. Because when the people in Jamaica start dead, you can't tell them nothing, you know. If you can't tell me that when Jamaica people start dead, think about that.
All right. So if you never saw it before because you were late to the show, you see it there again. That's what we're discussing. That's what we're discussing. If you think Buju never just put himself way out there just now, you're sadly mistaken after all I have just explained. Somebody on here, White USA. I don't know if White USA is an agent or a friend. Because you know how it go up on social media, people coming at them all kinds of forms. But White USA is asking something about the US deporting US citizens. If you were born in the US, nobody can constitutionally take away your citizenship from you. You're just born here. So you're citizens by birthright. Let's run through that real quick, but then get back to my Buju stuff. You're a citizen by birthright. However, for you to have citizenship through naturalization, the naturalization process, that means at some point you were an immigrant that came in and then you got a green card and then you lived through that green card to the point where they said, okay, after these many years, you can apply for citizenship and you got your citizenship. Those citizenships can be revoked. So White USA, that should answer your question. That is how the US is able to deport citizens. They're probably not born citizens. If you're not a born citizen, then it's considered a privilege, not a right. A privilege that can be revoked at any time. I know enough people have said, no, SouFLo is only 2 things them can take away your citizenship for. All right, go on, think what you want to think. We've been telling you all this for the longest. People are calling from all other parts of the world that they've been deported to. And when you look into their case, they didn't have nothing on the list that what you're talking about. So they make the laws and they break their own laws to suit themselves and then they amend the laws and then change the law to put something else. That's what they do, and that is their thing. A for them law, for them land or their law that governs the land. Some people are saying, I know, for them land. Well, your house is my house if I run your house. So as much as you want to say, it's not for them land, God gave us this land. Yeah, man. Yeah, you still live under their laws in that land, though, right? Okay, so I for them land. That's what I mean when I say I for them land. For them laws, them run it how them want to run it. They railroad you and backdoor you when they feel like it. There are a lot of people right now. There are a lot of people right now who are wrongly deported. Some of them will never make it back in, because you know how deportation goes. Majority of them, matter of fact, will never make it back in. I have the only person I know, and he wasn't, was he deported? No, he wasn't deported. He was on the run. It was busy signal. Busy signal. Busy was on the run, right? Some drug charges. And he avoided the US and, you know, toured Africa and everywhere else. And eventually they caught up to him because he got more famous. Oh, that's the guy we've been looking for. He was extradited out of Jamaica into the US to face drug charges, fined and imprisoned. Then after he was released, he was put on a plane and sent back to Jamaica. Him are the only person me see go through anything like that and actually made it back. Now, enough people have enough to say about Wagwan Deso. But I will leave that for another time. I will leave that for another time. So just know, a lot of you out here, you feel so secured because you have your citizenship and you've been here since you were a baby and you are Americanized, and that's all fine and good. You have assimilated, so have I. So have I. So have I. I have my children here. I have my businesses here. I have my home here. I have everything here, more so than anywhere else. But I still keep it in the back of my mind and at the forefront of my mind that anything can reach me. I'm a praying man. I try to live a good life, but anything can still reach me. So I never forget. Because when them get ready to fling me, there's only one place them can fling me. Right, that's all. So me always make sure say me good. Right, that's all. Yeah, I'm patriotic in the US. Come on, you're talking about a US Army infantry soldier of a decade. I'm patriotic. I put on the uniform, I serve, I went to combat, all that stuff, deployed into war, all that. And living the full life, not involved in any crime. I pay my taxes on all the money I earn. Police can't come call me name and haul and pull me in anything because I'm not involved in anything. I don't owe no woman child support, all these things, take care of my children. But trouble can still reach you. And trouble usually comes in life when you least expect it, don't it? Because if we knew trouble was coming, it wouldn't be no trouble. We would plan ahead for it and we would sidestep it and go on about business. But life is filled with troubles. Trouble come when you least expect it. You cannot foresee the future. And sometimes that future is way closer than we think. So I always encourage, not only do I make sure me good with my people and yasso, and me good yasso, them can't fling me back. But I'm telling you that when they get ready to fling, you're from the Caribbean, shout out my Caribbean family, the entire Caribbean diaspora, right? Your flag might not be this flag. You might have the red and black and white flag. You might talk the Trinidad. Or you might have the Guyanese with the blue, and you might have, you know, a different kind of flag, the Grenadian with the red and the green and the gold. You might have different flags. But I'm talking to you people. Because no one will get comfortable and have turned your backs and act like what's going on over there has nothing to do with me. I'm over here and this is where I'm going to live my life forever and I'm safe here. And yeah, so them live over there. That's why I don't associate anymore. And sometimes I'm just ashamed to tell people that that's where I'm from. And yeah, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. High tech try. Like my granny would have said, trouble no set like rain. Yeah. Some I encourage. We're at the top of the hour this morning. We've lost a full hour. We haven't lost. We've completed a full hour with no interruptions. Blessings for that. Let me close this video out by saying this. I wanted to really talk about the Grammys. Matter of fact, let me use the last 5 minutes to talk about the Grammys. And then Uno can go look on it, because my topics this morning were supposed to be what Buju said and then the Grammys. I see some things for the Grammys last night. See, actually I saw it this morning. I didn't tune in last night. I was tired. I saw it this morning. Shout out to Brains and the Beat, which is wifey, because if she didn't wake me up this morning, I would still be asleep and there would be no morning thoughts. Plus, she give me my topics, you know? And let me say a couple of things that I wanted to say. The budget thing just took over this morning. But for one, men, I'm living and learning too. And as I learn, I teach. See? So for the men who are there, you're a good man. You're helping around the house. You help with things. Let me tell you that. Be there, but more than just be there. Someone would think it's okay because we are there. You have to be there, like help, for real. So we took a vacation recently. It wasn't really a vacation, a trip. And the babies, we have two. One is 2 and one is now 9 months old, baby girl. The children's sleep schedule is totally thrown off. So now what you have is we waking up again at 2 o'clock in the morning, then you wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, then you have morning thoughts to do at 6 o'clock in the morning, then Kai don't want to go bed until 11 o'clock to midnight. So it's like you're sleeping in 2 hour or 1 hour and a half intervals. If you're going to be there, you have to be there, like help a little bit more. See? So, and I really wasn't trying to understand what my wife was saying, because in my head, I'm like, I will even sleep in a different part of the house. You take care of the kids, then you do the waking up and go through that at nighttime. I need to be fresh for in the morning. For when I do my morning thoughts and when I take care of other businesses, my day starts at 4. But I realized that she needs help, and she has her whole school thing going. So, and her stuff is nothing easy, right? She is doing a bachelor's in nursing. So her stuff is with her studying plus 2 babies, and 1 baby start crying, wake up the next baby. I actually said, let me just sit in, lay down in here and see. And I thought, damn, this is what I've been leaving her to do, like on her own. You know, I mean, I help. I do way more. I help, but sometimes you have to extend and overextend, just like she does. Pressure can reach them, and people crack under pressure. See? So shout out to my wife, man, for being a strong woman and for doing all that she does. And I'm just telling my brothers that they need help. So when we're there, it's not really a bragging right unless you're really there. And really there meaning put your foot in it. No, let me take that back, because someone will take that literally. You gotta do. You have to physically help with what is going on. Sometimes pick up the baby instead of her having to wake up and pick up the baby. Them kind of stuff then, you know? And I started doing that just 2 days now. Like take my daughter out the room, because when Kai starts crying in the middle of the night, he wakes the baby. Now we have 2 crying kids woken up at this hour of the morning, and she has an exam the next morning. And it just, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be there. She's as much a part of your building as you yourself are. So if she crumbles, she's that link in your chain. So if you weaken that link or allow that link to get weakened, your chain will go pop. I just saw it go. And I've learned that. So let me just put that out there this morning for that part. And then quickly move on to the Grammys and say this. I know we already know what kind of agenda they're pushing. We already see that people who do uplifting music with uplifting lyrics, even the people who claim to support it. Because if I review a song right now and it's a gun song, I will have 100, 200, 300 people on SouFLoTV in the comments saying something like, SouFLo, your platform is much more bigger than that. this is demeaning. I don't know what kind of material this is. Beer foolishness in my talk. And he's promoting the murder of our citizens in our music. I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. The same youth, right? Or another artist will sing something uplifting and educational, and I'll do a complete review on that. You don't go support the artist. You don't even, you don't mess with any of what's going on over there. So what do you expect people to do? It's a supply and demand thing. Okay? It's a supply and demand thing. If you're really demanding it, and then I see some of you who talk that talk right over somewhere else under the comment section, fire emojis and all these things. You're enjoying the same product where I try to tell me, say don't promote. You go up on the next platform, go enjoy it. And leave all your derogatory comments. Me not even know say you talk so. But if I let out one bumble clot, you hear, oh my God, you're cursing. I had to cover my child's ears. I might have to unsubscribe from this, or I might have to only watch you when I'm alone. And then you go over somewhere where a beer bumble blood clot, ras clot, they talk that like every couple of words, and you are like their main subscriber. So to stop the confusion, fix up the thing. What is it that you really want? Them kind of something there. We know what the Grammys is promoting. We know what the music industry of today is promoting. We know what sells for them. It ain't even what sells. It's the agenda that they're promoting. They make it sell because them play it in your ears 24/7, 365. Girl and girl never stop kiss and exchange tongue in videos until the little picnic them start do it out here now. So I watched a clip of Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B's performance of WAP on the Grammys. That was just straight homosexuality. No, I mean, that's their thing. I ain't against their thing. It's for you. It's for you. See? But I watched where a lady said, I was actually watching the Grammys with my 5-year-old granddaughter, and I literally had to turn it off because I couldn't believe that. So the Grammys used to be a family not problem, but a family show, right? Where you could sit down, oh, the Grammys are coming on tonight. Everybody get them popcorn, or you get your whatever, you fix a drink and you go enjoy the Grammys until you see two females, legs wide open, bumping uglies. You know what bumping uglies mean? And they even demonstrated the position and how to flip your partner so they could bump uglies from another direction or another angle. I'm like, are the Grammys this? Oh, they rotted, clotted. So be careful. Be careful. They sneak it in on you in the family programs. Them sneak it in the kids' cartoons. They sneak it in any which way, but the Grammys last night was something else. Watch that scene with Megan Thee Stallion, and now I know controversy sells. And it's because of us, the consuming people, why controversy sells. Because when Cardi B and Megan do something good, like Megan over there helping the people in Texas who were frozen out of their homes, some people were dying from carbon monoxide poisoning, some people died from just the cold. And she rushed in and she's using her dollars and cents to help people on the ground. Nobody is making a big front page of that. If Cardi B does something good and great for some children's hospital, she's over at St. Jude's donating her time and her finances for children that have cancer and their parents can't afford to pay treatment fee. Nobody front pages that stuff. But the two of them will spread them legs wide in some little skimpy outfit and bump their crotches together, and everybody is on it. Oh my God, this is gonna be trending for days. Right now, y'all gonna have some lesbian who never even know set. Them can flip them partner like that using their legs after bumping uglies from the front to fall over into a next position and start bump ugly from one different direction, and they're about to go try it. Right now, you're about to have some kids that's about to go try that. You know, and this over affection of your female friend. It's a thin line nowadays. It's a thin line nowadays, and this came through our music. I see Gage song play one night in our dance. A dung in your short girl. And two friends come party together. They're drinking, highly intoxicated. They'll start tongue down each other. And you ask them two friends and they'll tell you, hell no, we're not gay. Strictly dickly. Strictly dickly. Strictly dickly where your tongue are doing your friend mouth. Oh, I just kissed a girl. I always want to kiss a girl. So I say, okay, so if me kiss a man like that, what you would have said about SouFlo? Because surely I can't come out and say, them say SouFlo, what your tongue are doing at the boy mouth. Really? I surely can't come out and say something like, oh, I just always wanted to kiss a man. To slap down a man. But it's the agenda that they promote. I look at my kids and I feel like, man, I know what their future is going to be. They won't even, that's what they would have called me, Leo, fire. I look at my kids and I say, man, my kids won't even know my sons won't even know what a real woman is anymore. Men don't even know what real women are anymore. You have men that are, majority of men now are actually looking at the cut and paste, I call them cut and paste female. Because I know them suck out some fat from here, so them put it in around there, so them slit here, so I'm putting two things in there to lift this here. Them put on this and extend that. They do this with the hair and that. They look totally different from who they actually really are. And they intend to stay that way. It ain't no makeup, I saw them I go steal. So a man now can't tell a real woman like, damn, but you touch it, I hip them nice and curvy and thing. Yeah, and a surgery do it. And she got something in there too that if it pop, she in danger. Like, they won't be able to tell. They won't be able to tell male from female. They won't be able to tell by dress code. They won't be able to tell by actions. They won't be able to tell by what's standing in front of them. So your son goodly all know go on with a man that used to be a girl that used to be a man. But she have the full thing done and everything. And that's just the way how it is. That's how we live now. That's where we live now. Everything is fake and fake is real now. So when Buju says upside down, then that's what it is. World upside down. That's how we live right now. Anyhow, go watch that piece on the Grammy and somebody tell me tomorrow morning if that wasn't a plain out sex scene between two women that was demonstrated for the watching audience how to properly get a nut, female to female, and then how to flip your partner and get creative with your positioning and keep going. Some of them say man don't need it no more. That's why you had this generation of women. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I can do it. Yeah, sure you don't. Why would you? Your dildo big and long like a donkey something. Because you got your homegirls. The message they're putting out, the engineering, the programming is real. And it's a program even some of you adults. It's not just the kids. The worst one is you adults. You're easily programmed. A lot of you are easily programmed. But who want to live them life them way they live your life that way? You want to bump ugly, go bump your ugly with the same ugly will look like yours, or whatever you want to do it, at your business. I'm not here to tell anybody how to live. I'm just here to comment on what I see going on. That's all? All right. Manners and respect, people. Big up on yourself. We're going to leave it right there this morning. Have a wonderful day. Try have a righteous day. If you can't be good, like my granny used to say, be careful. But I prefer you be good. But if you can't be good, be careful. All right. Blessings and abundance to each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in. And we will catch you tomorrow morning right here live on Morning Thoughts with SouFLoTV. Shout out to the wifey, Brains and the Beat. Go support her channel for me, please. hit that like button and that subscribe button over there, and tell her say SouFlo sent you, even though she right here probably seeing me say SouFlo sent you. One love. Peace.